Hi guys, welcome back, and today we're going to be reviewing the Rondo strings from Thomastik Infeld. So, starting off with when I bought these strings, I was looking online on my little computer for a set of strings that was going to leave me with a lot of feeling. That's what I was looking for. I wanted a string that was going to be really good for solo playing because I have a ton of college auditions coming, I have a senior recital coming, and I also have a lot of chamber music to do. So I needed a very soloistic string, so I was going to go for the Peter Infeld because that was what was recommended to me. But then I saw the Rondo strings and I was like, oh, they're only $10 cheaper and they're on sale. So I was like, would this be better? So I went to the Thomastik Infeld website, took their little string quiz, and found out that both of those strings would be better, but this one came first. It had more of what I wanted out of a string, and it was $10 cheaper, and I figured there's no difference anyways. Well, not that there's no difference, but they should be just as good. So I put them on. So I bought them. They came in the mail 3 days later because I bought the good shipping, and it came out to about $163 on Concord Musical Supplies. So when I put these strings on, my first thought was that these don't need to stretch that much. Like, it literally took a day to break in, and I put them on. They stretched for maybe a little bit, and then that was it. That was all I needed. And that was really nice because I could still practice, and then every maybe 15 minutes I have to tune, which isn't that bad compared to having to tune every 5 minutes and then having to tune every 30 minutes, which everything sucks. But they honestly set in really nicely, and it only took a day. So if you put these on, have a concert the next day, you're all good. That's really nice about them. They look a lot like Dominants because they have the colors on the bottom, and then but Dominants are purple on the top. These are orange. So that was my first impression when I put them on. I played them and I noticed that I honestly wasn't getting as much sound as I would on an Ava Prazzi string, but I realized that's because these don't need as much pressure and as much as the Ava Prazzi needs to create a really nice sound. So I honestly was just crushing the sound, which I feel really bad about because I'm already crushing the sound on this bigger instrument because I've only had this for a month and a half. But that could be a really good thing to have because I could learn how to work less and get more out of my instrument, which would be really nice to be able to learn, especially because that would allow me to focus more on what sound I'm getting out of it rather than am I working hard enough? I have to work hard enough to make this really nice forte or to make this crescendo. I wouldn't have to do as much. Yeah. As far as the sound itself, it is a very rich and complex sound. I found that when I was playing this one part in the Brahms, we all know Brahms. I was playing Brahms, and I had to get this really nice E flat, and it came out just really rich. Maybe not loud, but it was nice and rich. It was good sound under the ear. Maybe not under the concert hall, but that's for later. Yeah. I really liked these at first, and I was like, oh, this is going to be a really good string. I admit that the Ava Prazzi sounded better at first, but honestly, I think the string is going to be really worth it once I learn how to work with it a lot more in the future, taking it to my lessons. And I recently had a lesson with Richter Noren, and he was talking about how, I need training, and I should use the whole of my arm to really pull across the string and to get that really nice, rich, and complex sound without having to press. Thinking about it as pulling from these two fingers rather than pushing down and pulling from the thumb. But that's another rant for another day. Back to the strings. So the specs on these on the back of the box, they say that they're supposed to be as warm and as brilliant as they are, and at high degrees, a more focused sound, a easy playability, a little bit higher on the tension, but still in the middle, so we're not going anywhere. Short breakdown time, as I said. A very long lifetime. It's supposed to be really long. And then, of course, the rich and complex sound, which is the greatest on the scale out of all of these. It's all the way at the bottom, all the way up to there. Would I return these strings if I could? Do I have regrets about buying these strings? No, I don't. I don't regret them at all. sure, my first impression of them may not have been as good as when I played on an Ava Prosty string or even on a different instrument. Yeah, like my first impression was a lot better, but I realized that I just need to learn how to work with the response of that string, and I know that if this is just as good as the Ava Prosty string, then I could make the string even better once I learn how to work with its own response. I'm sure like it's going to be as good as I make it at this point. And I know how to make an Ava Prosty string sing. Not that I know how to make an Ava Prosty string sing, but I know how it works better than I know how these strings work because I've never worked with them before. And as I work on my tone production and my intonation and all of that, I feel like I can grow with this string really well. So I'm excited for that. So I would not return them. No, I wouldn't. Okay. I think that sums up all I had to say. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. I do have my notifications on, so I will answer them. And if I don't, you can come after me. You all have my Instagram. I will also link that in the bio. And you should follow me because I'm doing the 100 Days of Practice with Hillary Hahn. Love her so much. Great player, great person, great personality, great mom. She's great. She's awesome. We love her. I'm doing the 100 Days of Practice. I will also be announcing the details of my senior recital on my Instagram once I get this email back from this one dude, and then we'll be golden. And then I think that's all I had to say. Okay. So I hope you have a good week, and I hope I get to see you all next week in my next video. And if you want to see something different besides music content, just let me know because I don't know. I kind of like posting music content. Anyways, have a good week. See you later.